Welcome back to the Adamle's Mind Over Matter. As more athletes donate their brains to research, the ways to help former athletes like Mike Adamle have evolved. Research has long shown that exercising your brain can also slow down neurologic disorders. While the damage cannot be reversed or stopped at this point in time, the Neurological Wellness Institute has created a program for Mike that had deeply impacted his short-term memory.
How's your sleep been?
I had plenty of CT or CBD oil.
Okay, that helps.
Which, yeah.
We know aerobic activity is one of the best things we can do for memory. And so when you look at aerobic activity with the oxygen, just gives his brain good fuel. We have lasers and we have LED lights, and we call it photobiomodulation. And there's certain areas of your brain and your cell that respond to light. And we know it helps the brain with energy production, with recovery, with healing. So we're really trying to help the brain have more energy to help it with its functions, with its job. And then while we do it, we combine giving it the fuel, we combine giving it energy, and then we put it to a task. As far as in New York, how'd you find it? A new situation, a different city?
Well, I used to live there, so.
Okay, so it's pretty second nature.
We were right across from Central Park.
With these progressive neurologic disorders, obviously we can't stop it or reverse it that we know of right now, but what we can do is if he's going down that highway at 90 miles an hour, what we can do is we can slow it down to 60 or 50 or 40 or 30 miles an hour.
You're gonna take the iPad, keep pedaling?
Okay.
Yeah, so keep pedaling?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, keep pedaling.
Yep. And what color is that?
Red.
So hit the word that says red. And what color is that?
Green.
So hit the word that says green. What color is that?
Green.
Hit the word that says green. What color is that?
Red.
What color is
green.
it? So hit the word that says green.
Yeah.
Yep, be careful, take your time. What color is it? The key we're working with some of the reds and greens is trying to get the impulse control a little bit improved, because the simple fact is that his brain's working fine, but the second he gets frustrated, he has a little bit of a decrease of function, where if he continues to get better at having the ability to take a deep breath and just take a step back and just say, no, it's not a big deal, and to keep moving forward, it limits those times in his day where he can kind of feel frustrated, because when he's frustrated, he doesn't function as well. Yep, take your time. So stop pedaling for a second.
Okay.
What color?
Red.
What color?
Oh, green.
And which word says green? Yep, look down. What color?
Green.
So now take your time. Which of these words say green? As an athlete, he's so quick, so because he's naturally just quick and reflexive, it makes it difficult to have to try to slow him down, because his whole life has been bang, 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 go, 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 or now sometimes he's got to take a moment to just, understand and rethink what's going on, and, because it'll be better in the long run without rushing it.
The color, red.
Yeah, better. Whew. So you are just going to follow. So stop the pedaling for a second. So stop the pedaling. Here we go. With Mike specifically, once he learns the game, he's really good. The hardest thing is shifting from one rule to another rule to another rule. So what we try doing is giving him different exercises for his cognition. And once he gets good at it, we just make it harder. Whatever thumb moves, look at the opposite one.
Okay.
Good. Really good.
Wait,
Finish the word. P-A-N.
Okay.
Finish any word. We know that the vestibular system is involved with spatial cognition, and that's the area cognition is really involved with. And we first saw Mike, he was having trouble with getting lost, finding things, going to his house, forgetting where he put things, or being in similar environments that he should know, and forgetting where he was. So one thing we wanted to do with some of our rehab is to try to help that aspect of it. So we try to use different therapies using the inner ear and the vestibular system to try to stimulate his brain in a way to help him with what we call spatial cognition. And a lot of our therapies are for awareness of spatial awareness, where he is relative to the environment, where the environment is relative to him, and also short-term memory. So starting now.
You definitely get mixed up there at the end. It's much more difficult finding those things. And you get a formula, like you can see one here, so I would work on that one, and knowing that the one down there is the next one, but it's not always like that. That's going to go the other way.
Really good. Your all-time high before was 39, you just got 42.
Doesn't matter if you're a gymnast or whatever, you always want to compete. And that's what you find out about yourself right away. That never leaves you. But you can get frustrated because you remember what it was like maybe in the old days, or before just all this stuff happened.
And you see that little circle? Move your head around. I want you to try to put the circle around right there. You see how it turned green? Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to make it, yep, keep it in the green. I'm going to make it a little harder. I'm going to get rid of the path.
There was a white thing in the middle of that.
Yep,
No,
so what was it? Do it again. Tell me if you know what the white thing in the middle is. Yep, one more time. Fast to the left. Okay, do it again. You see that?
55-48.
Perfect. We're looking more and more of how we can prevent these concussions. And one of the things we know is reaction time is really important. So if you don't see the hit coming, it's almost like a blind hit no matter what. So it's really important to not only see what's coming after you and be able to bounce off and react. So we know if we can improve reaction time, that we can limit the amount of concussions out there because people will be more prepared to bounce off the hit. It won't be like a blindside hit. Really reach out and touch it. Really reach out and hit it. Good. Really reach out and hit it. Good. 20 more seconds.
If somebody's been exposed to head trauma or concussions and all these injuries, the key is to get as early of intervention as possible. But guys like Mike, man, he's made some phenomenal improvements in the last few months that we've seen him.
God give me peace, God
It's okay. Back to your nose. It's okay. Keep it going. Remember, take a deep breath. What happens a lot of times is you have it right in your head,
Yeah.
but you don't take the extra second, so you rush it, and then when you go to it, you kind of lose it. But if you take that second and really remember it, you have it right in the head.
I've seen a big difference, and I'm glad I've had it. Think about all the people that could probably use this,
You see how you now got a little donut hole in there? Yeah. So that's better. 'cause
What's
now
that
you can
mean?
see. No, that's what you want. So now you can see before you
I have
all
a
over.
donut hole in my brain. That's really positive. Generally speaking, since I've been here, bigger.
So when I first met you, what I used to ask you is, how was last weekend? And I'd see you on a Monday, and you couldn't tell me what you did Saturday and Sunday. And now I'm asking you what you did last week on New York. And now I'm asking you more things, and you haven't had a time where you didn't remember what you did last weekend or the week before. So that's the biggest improvement, is I'm not seeing as much of that short-term memory, because when I first saw you, I'd have to ask Kim all the time, and I have to double check everything, because you'd look at me and you'd say, I don't remember what I did yesterday.
this side of me. This side of me. This side of me.